Eat, sleep, poo, repeat. 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 Just don't get it on your feet.
Hey, it's me. It's me. It's M-O-C.
Enter the mind. The mind of Carnage. Welcome to Mind of Carnage, the only wrestling podcast to bring you what you want to hear. And now, Carnage.
I'm back. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I am finally back with another MOC podcast, episode number 29. That is right. I'm one away from the big 30. But not yet. I'm doing 29. That is right, though. I've been away for a little bit. I've been on a business trip. Some people think it's a kill contract, and I'm not disclosed to tell you, and I will not tell you what this business trip is intended for, but know that I've been away on a business trip, and I have had very limited access to internet, to capabilities on my laptop, because from what I have noticed, my laptop just does not want to start doing anything when it comes to being away from the office or home. It's like, no. It's got a bitchy attitude, and I'm sorry, laptop. You can be a bitch sometimes. You're a bitch, okay? You're just a bitch. But to be fair, I'm a bitch too. So it all works, ladies and gentlemen. I am coming to you with another MOC podcast. Though with this one, it's going to be a little bit different. I have some type of format. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. It's usually with my shows, there's really no format. I just go into this and I'm like, butt shit, motherfucker. Hey, what's going on? As you saw in the beginning, where it's like, eat sheep. Eat sheep. Okay, this is already going downhill. Eat sheep. Okay, so there's no more eat, sleep, repeat. It's just eat sheep. That's it. And there's no repeat. Just eat one sheep and you're done. That you've completed life. That's just how that is. No, eat, sleep, poo, repeat is what I said in the beginning. Not eat sheep. No, come here, sheep. No. So just imagine Braun Strowman just trying to eat Daniel Bryan. The black sheep trying to eat the goat. That's just, it'll be different. I think that should happen one day. That's an amazing storyline. Braun Strowman eats Daniel Bryan. The black sheep eats the goat. Oh my god, Vince McMahon. I know you have crap ratings all of a sudden. Take that story. Everyone will love it. Everyone's a Daniel Bryan mark. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you today, like I said, with some type of format with the show. At the same time, because I'm in Canada, and I'm in the fucking future, apparently, I get to watch SmackDown and the side here. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure when you're listening to this, because it's not a live podcast, this unfortunately is a recorded podcast, because of the bandwidth in this hotel room, I can't do live. I can't be live with you guys. So, unfortunately, I have to record the shit. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm recording it from a hotel room, surrounded by white walls, making my brain go crazy. Making me go crazy. When Kate goes crazy, something happens. But yeah, let's start some things off, shall we? Now, first and foremost, obviously, if you guys don't know who I am, make sure to check out www.mindofcarnage.com. And yes, I said www. Get over it. You can check out your wrestling news information highlights there. Unfortunately, I will not be able to watch the Saturday Madison Square Garden live event. I'm going out of town again. This time it's pleasure, not business. And I will not be able to catch it there. And because it's Canada, we don't get the WWE Network on our mobiles. So pretty much our cable provider is like, no, you get it from us only, and that's just too fucking bad. So fuck you, Rogers. That's all I'm going to say. Rogers is the cable provider. I'm not just saying fuck you to some guy named Roger, because that's not how that works. But nonetheless, I know it's going to be a great show. I'm going to miss it. Cry in a corner now. I'm gonna miss Brock Lesnar completely rape Big Show, as he's fucking done almost every other fucking time that he's done so. Listen, Big Show, you've had one win over Brock Lesnar. One win. The last time you and Brock Lesnar went one-on-one, the man used you as a steel chair durability tester. He fucking broke 2, 3, I guarantee probably 4 and more chairs on your back, okay? There is no reason for you to come back and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit him with my WMD, we're gonna punch his lights out, I'm the one that can take him all the way. Not really. John Cena is taking him all the way. CM Punk is taking him all the way. Roman Reigns, not all the way, but Roman Reigns put up a good fight. There's Seth Rollins too, also put up a good fight. There's a lot of other people who have put up a good fight with Brock Lesnar. You, on the other hand, though, is the complete opposite, where you didn't really put up a fight. You connected one punch the last time you guys fought, and that was about it. The thing I always love about Big Show is the fact that he always focuses on the past. I was this champ. Yeah, I was this champ. I am the largest one. I was the largest one. Always will be. Yeah, the only issue is that a lot of the things that you're focusing on that you've done so good at in your career have been in the past. So instead of focusing on the past, why don't you focus on the present? What have you done in the present? What? There's 1 month, or probably 2, maybe 3, that you spanned that was pretty much just a Big Show cry-a-thon, where literally we found out that Big Show can cry better or more louder than anyone else in the world. But yeah, so that was an achievement right there. If we had a Hall of Fame for who cried the best, Big Show, you'd win. You'd be the gold plaque of everyone in that Hall of Fame. But when it comes to anything else, Big Show, you have nothing to give to any one of us. You had a match with Mark Henry, which, well, by the way, is another guy who had a career and who had a successful or moderately successful career in the past. Now, it seems to not really be doing that way. But us wrestling fans, we have had to watch Big Show versus Mark Henry, which we all know is never going to be a super excited, oh my god, my head exploded at that match. But still, we had to experience Big Show completely just beat down Mark Henry for... Mark Henry got no offense. Like, seriously, one punch, maybe two, one, maybe 1.5. Maybe, I'll give it 1.5, not 2. I didn't see the second punch. I saw a possibility of a second punch, but Big Show's like, no, I'm going to scoop slam you some more. Scoop slam you. Do you maybe another one? Yeah, okay. So scoop slam you again and then punch you. So is Big Show going to be like the Scoop Slam City? Is that what it's going to be? We have Brock Lesnar, Suplex City, versus Big Show, Scoop Slam City. These two cities, I'd rather be in... to be honest, I'd rather not be in any one of them. But if I had to pick... Suplex City sounds a little bit better than Scoop Slam City, because Scoop Slam City just sounds as if you're just scooping shit and slamming it on the floor, where Suplex City just sounds as if you're just throwing shit all over the place, not just slamming it on the floor and just walking all over it. Because, for Big Show, I think it is literally eat, sleep, poo, repeat, whereas for Brock Lesnar, it's eat, sleep, I'm going to rip your heart out, eat it multiple fucking times in front of you, repeat. It's how that is, it's how that goes. So you're going to have to obviously think, with Big Show and Brock Lesnar going at Madison Square Garden, who's going to come out on top? Well, first and foremost, we're not idiots, okay? For those of us who watch wrestling, for those of us who watched the promotions or the promos that Paul Heyman has done and all the video vignettes, we know that at Hell in a Cell, which is coming next month, which, by the way, I will be recapping. That is one pay-per-view I will be recapping, because I will be home. I won't be here in the business. I won't be here in the magical world of buttfuck nowhere. Buttfuck nowhere. I don't know why my arms are up. My arms are up right now. This is how crazy this place is making me. Buttfuck no. Can we create a song with buttfuck nowhere? I'm in buttfuck nowhere, surrounded by white walls. I feel like jumping out of a window. Oh my god. Oh my god. For those of you who are listening, literally are probably like, what the fuck am I listening to? Is this wrestling? This has to be wrestling. Maybe. Is this wrestling? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe? Yes? How about we just say maybe? Maybe baby. Maybe baby? Maybe baby. Maybe baby. Anyways, for those of you who even understand what I'm saying right now, good for you. You have immaculate ears and abilities in your brain to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. I've been told I can speak a little quick sometimes. I've been told that I'm a little bit out there. But you know what? That's exactly what you gotta be. You have to be a little bit out there. Out there. Because Carnage rocks. Carnage rocks. You can fucking use that clap for any fucking thing. It's amazing. It is amazing. Anyways, going back to the Big Show Brock Lesnar thing, we now have that match going into Madison Square Garden. Obviously, you're going to make Big Show look the strongest possible, and you did a very good job on Raw by making him out-promo Paul Heyman first and foremost. Not realistic in any way, shape, or form, because there is no person in this world who can out-promo Paul Heyman. Plain and simple. You can bring the best of the best. You can bring The Rock, Steve Austin. You can bring Chris Jericho. You can bring the best of the best. But in the end, Paul Heyman always has an upper hand. But it's understandable. You have to make Big Show look strong. What is the way to make Big Show look strong? Have him cut down the one advocate for the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar himself. It makes sense. I had to have a sip of water there. It made sense. My throat was dry. Otherwise, I'd be going like this and I'd be talking like I can't. My throat is so dry. I sound like Betty White. Fuck me. No, please don't take that as if I'm saying Betty White. Fuck me. That sounds odd. That's odd. Okay. No, that's wrong. It's wrong. That's really, really wrong. Okay. What was that show she was on? I can't even remember that show she was on with the other two older ladies. Well, fortunately, they passed away. Golden Girls. I have never really been a big fan of old shows. I never would have expected. I watched the first episode of Golden Girls and I fucking laughed my head off. I was so shocked and surprised. It was the oddest thing ever, but it was the fucking funniest show ever. And then literally 3 months down the line, I'm like, okay, I'm already sick of this shit. But it was a cult classic. That's all I'm gonna say. I keep wanting to go to Brock Lesnar and Big Show. I just keep getting sidetracked. And I'm already, 11 minutes into this? And this is already happening. Oh, that's fucking great. I haven't even plugged anything, just my website. No worries, guys. My Levels of Wrestling family, I will plug you guys. I will plug you well. I will get the biggest plugs, and I will stuff them in you so... Okay, I'm not talking about the right plug here. We'll keep going. Oh, man. So sometimes... I go all over the place. Anyways, Hell in a Cell. We got Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. First and foremost, you're utilizing a gimmick. Great. I like when gimmicks are being utilized. So it brings to my mind, I'm like, okay, well, Madison Square Garden, you have Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. You cannot have Brock Lesnar lose in that match unless Undertaker comes out, screws him over again, interferes with him, or low blows him once again. That is the only way that I can see Brock Lesnar losing in that match. Otherwise, if no one interferes, Brock Lesnar's the winner. Because it doesn't make any sense to have a guy who is not on TV weekly and who has a match coming up literally in a couple of weeks after that to lose, because you're weakening him now. It's a little bit odd. Like, you have to have that vision of him being strong and over and capable of still going in the ring and just pissed off at Undertaker. He wants to be able to win. So Big Show, complete understandable that they're making him look like a monster and a beast. Well, first and foremost, the guy is fucking large as fuck. So I can understand WWE wanting to make him look like an animal or like a beast. But in the end, we've seen what he does in the ring. We've seen how he competes. I literally can take two teddy bears and have a better match than he does in a fucking ring with anyone. But I will give props where it's due. Big Show versus Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules. This is 2015. Was it 2015? I think it was 2015. I don't even know what year it is. Fuck it. 2015. I actually did enjoy that match, and I give props to Roman Reigns because he was the one who actually carried that match. I give props where it's due. Roman Reigns did a great job. Big Show? You did something. That's all I'm going to say. You just did. You showed up, okay? You showed up. You got in the ring. You did your with your arm. You threw a couple punches. You chokeslammed Roman Reigns out of the ring into a couple of tables. I was going to say steel tables, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. And yeah, so that was that. And Roman Reigns was like, fucking fuck you, Big Show. And then he won. But yeah, so when it comes to the MSG thing, completely Lesnar's going to go all the way because there's no reason for him to lose. There is absolutely no reason for him to come in, be the beast incarnate that he is, and then lose to Big Show. Now, you never know. Maybe Big Show can put up more of a fight when it comes to this match because, like I said, last match they had at Extreme Rules, Big Show was a tester for the durability of steel chairs. That's just how that worked. And it wasn't as if you looked at it and you're like, oh my god, yeah, like, oh, Big Show put up a fight. No, Big Show put up nothing. He put up one punch. That's it. Okay? That's it. A taunt, a punch, and that's it. So, let's go on to the format, shall we? I have a couple of things I want to talk about. Now, we've had Raw for the past 2 weeks come on. Now, look, first and foremost, yeah, it comes on because it's a weekly event that never fucking ends, and for some reason we have a season finale and a season premiere. First and foremost, doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Lucha Underground season premiere and season finale, that makes sense because you see how there is a split in the middle of WWE. You see how there's some time where people don't compete, where the show isn't aired. That's because that's where the split is. You know, that's where we say, oh my God, there's no wrestling, meaning there's nothing there. So when you split something like that, yes, it's called a season finale and season premiere. I don't know why I said it so oddly that way, but whatever. When it comes to Raw season finale and season premieres, first and foremost, they are the worst season finales and the worst season premieres I've ever seen in my life. Didn't help this year either. So the last 2 Raws we've had have been a little interesting. First and foremost, the last week's Raw was one of the lowest ratings since like 1990. That's not good. What happened? Vince McMahon freaked out. It's understandable. He wants dramatic change in creative. He wants dramatic change to be able to build the viewership back up. But you also have to look at it this way. You're competing against football. A lot of people will rather watch football than WWE. There's a lot of reasons why. I don't blame them, to be honest with you. WWE hasn't been the most entertaining. Now, I won't say that it hasn't. It has been entertaining, but it hasn't been over-the-top entertaining, where I don't see enough passion, creativity, open mind coming into the storylines. It's a very linear storyline. Is pretty much what I want to say. Where 1, you can see where it's going. 2, not really much care in the build-up of it. And 3, you just don't care for the people that are in it. I'm sorry, Rusev, Ziggler, Summer Rae, please go fuck yourselves. That's all I'm gonna say. WWE Creative, go fuck yourselves. Whoever says, okay, yeah, let's do this, go fuck yourselves. For the wrestlers who look at that and say, okay, yeah, we'll do the storyline, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm always baffled. I'm always baffled why no one steps up their game or grabs or fucking grows a pair of balls, goes to WWE Creative or Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it, goes up to him and says, yeah, Vince, you see the storyline? Can we not do this? Because this is stupid. This is not going to help in any way, shape, or form. I want someone to say that. I want someone to get handed one like a contract, not a contract, a script, and pretty much the rest just look at it and be like, no, I'm not saying this. Why does that not happen? Why haven't we seen any wrestlers that don't do that? Somebody please tell me. I would love, like, CM Punk was one guy who did that. You know what? And look at him. Look how big he got. Just look how large the man got because he was just that amazing. Now that actually transitions into my first segment, which is the top flop of the week. First and foremost, page bomb should not be called a page bomb. First, let me explain something to you guys here. CM Punk's pipe bomb that he originally did back on Raw when he sat at the actual entrance of the arena, and pretty much, and Stone Cold Steve Austin told him, just pretty much let out his emotions regarding WWE. It was a change in a character. It was a change in time, because that begun the CM Punk era. That begun the Punk era, because that actually elevated him to championship material. It developed storylines. That were the top tier storylines for weeks, months, maybe even a year in advance. That man began a change with that one promo. That's why it was considered a pipe bomb, because he went from this unknown, not really an unknown guy, he went from this one guy who was known to be frustrated with the company, to now this big guy, to this one guy that you're like, I want to see him. I want to see what he is capable of doing following that pipe bomb, because it was just that magical. When you were there, you experienced it, you knew you were experiencing something new. A pipe bomb is a transition from a character's personality, from a character's way. How can I put this? It's a transition for a character. Okay, that's all I'm going to say is a pipe bomb. It's a new attitude for a character, an eye-opening, a pretty much epiphany for a character. The page bomb, as I put in quotations, was nothing more than her being a bitch. I'm sorry. That's all it was. It wasn't anything that she came out and said that she was sick and tired of WWE, sick and tired of wrestlers, sick and tired of this, sick and tired of this. She wanted to make a change. She came out and pretty much said that you wouldn't be in this because of your father. Becky Lynch is like she I don't know, but she's really forceful with her way of promos. Now I don't know if it's because if it's an accent and she's really trying to focus on just saying the words properly, like enunciating the words. I'm not really sure, but sometimes it can come off as being a little, yeah, please stop talking. Just stop talking. In the ring, she's not bad. On the mic, hush, puppy. Just hush, okay? That's all you gotta do is just hush. But when it came to her inaugural page bomb, oh my god, a page bomb! That doesn't fucking make any sense. It killed it for me. It really wasn't anything that I looked at it. I'm like, okay, really? First and foremost, it doesn't sound as if it's sincere. You know what I mean? It did in a way, but it wasn't something that it was like it was coming from her heart. Secondly, it's the way that these girls are written is just horrible. It sounds like a high school musical to me. It's like a drama. It's a high school drama musical, okay? Because they come out, they complain, they bitch, they whine. And it's just more along the lines of they just bitch towards each other and just don't like each other, how they look. And here was the irony of it all. Last week was the inaugural page bomb. This week was more of the same shit because, frankly, WWE Creative doesn't understand where to go and what to do with anything else. So pretty much they have this one segment, it got a mild reaction. Hey, I have an idea. Let's not write anything new and just do a similar thing next week. But here is the upside down to this whole thing. Why they put Paige to tag with Charlotte and Becky Lynch is beyond why? Okay, you want to make this girl look as if she is dominant by herself. Let's put her back with the stable to tag for one more night. Now, the one benefit I can see out of all of this is all of a sudden Natalya has returned. Natalya has some type of attention on her again. I've been a Natalya fan. I like Natalya. I'm not going to say no or nay about it, but I just think that the attention she's getting now is just an aftermath of Paige because now she's not going to be used properly. Like, once again, she's going to be used as a losing competitor. Going to Paige, working her over, pretty much saying, oh, how dare you disrespect me like that? Oh, I'm Natalya. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. And now you're going to have Natalya going in, having a one-on-one with Paige, and Paige is going to come out on top because you got to make her look as if she's the bigger, better star. She's the one that developed the Paige bomb, which obviously she didn't develop it, but you know what I mean. But now she has to be this one that has to be the top-tier diva. Oh, God, I hate that word. I hate that word so much. I understand Charlotte is now the new champion. What I wouldn't give for Charlotte to come to the ring and, okay, you want a bomb? Okay, I'll give you a bomb right here, a title bomb actually. What I wouldn't give when Charlotte won that title, she came to Raw. If she were to come to Raw, okay, let me restart. I want another try. When Charlotte won that championship, if she came to Raw the night afterwards, pretty much took the title, laid it in the middle of the ring, and pretty much said, I am finally a champion. I'm finally a champion for the WWE. Obviously not like that because that just sounds ridiculous. But to be fair, that would be better than the Divas promo anyways. Other than her crying with her father for every single fucking segment. Ugh. Rick. And by the way, Rick's comments towards her daughter is a little creepy. Like when she was bending over to get in the ring, he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh God, no. Oh no, Rick, please, no, please don't. But nonetheless, I would have loved to see Charlotte come to the ring, lay that title on the mat, and said, I am proud to be a WWE champion, the women's champion, but in no way in hell am I representing a title that was held by a bed rat. And then just fucking hammer the title, stomp the title, destroy the bitch. Just destroy it because she doesn't like what it represents. And what it represents now is Nikki Bella as being the longest reigning Divas champion there ever was. What great, perfect way to be able to introduce or get rid of the Divas title and reintroduce the Women's Championship. Why? It could have been so easy, could have been so simple, and could have been so magical, and specifically a message delivered to the Bella family and the Bella stable saying that I did not like your reign, did not respect your reign, and this is what I'm going to do to your signature of a reign, which is that Divas Championship. That is what represents Nikki's reign. What other magical way would I would have seen or would have loved for Charlotte to just bash that title belt up? Just bash it up. Just say, I don't want this title around my waist because I don't like what it represents. Bed rats. Just destroy the bed rat title. It's the Diva bed rat title. Just destroy it. Come on. Do a Medusa. Fucking throw it out in the fucking trash. That was a crazy moment. Why can't we do it again? Anyone? No? Fine. Whatever. I want the title destroyed. So badly. So badly. But that is my top flop. It's primarily the top flop is just the promos they're delivering. They don't sound sincere. It's a lot of emotional mumbo jumbo, and a lot of times you look at it and you're like, well, you just don't know where it's going from here. It's a lot of obviously hatred, cattiness towards other women, and it's nothing. It doesn't really send a message as if I'm a wrestler, I don't like you, I'm going to fight you. It's more along the lines of I'm a woman, I don't like you, you're annoying, you're a bitch. I understand they're women. Then do me a favor, get female creative writers in to write for the women. Because the male creative writers is a very stereotypical type of idea of what a woman should represent. The old variation of having women as sex symbols in WWE really needs to change. That's no longer how it is. We no longer want women to come out and be just sex symbols, okay? That's not how it was. Attitude Era got big for that reason, because it was different, it was new. It was like, oh my god, yeah, sexy. Let's watch this because it's sexy. Now it's more along the lines of we want talent, we want action, we want somebody to go out in that ring and be able to perform. Ladies and gentlemen, NXT, the NXT Respect or TakeOver Respect that's coming up soon. Okay, there is a women's main event, a 30-minute Iron Woman, not Iron Man, Iron Woman match between Bayley and Sasha Banks. Fuck, I am excited for that match alone. You have an NXT champion. I don't even care who Finn Balor is fighting. I'd rather watch Becky, I don't know, getting your names confused. My brain, I cannot handle so many names. Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, obviously, Bayley's going to win because she's still in NXT. She hasn't been called up to the main roster, and they need to actually start fading Sasha Banks away from NXT because she is in the main roster. So, in my opinion, obviously Bayley's going to win, but I haven't been this excited for a women's match in a very long time because these two can deliver in the ring. You get these two in the ring and they give a match that is just beyond proportion, better than any male match you've seen in recent time. Now, I'm not saying that all the matches that we've seen are just suck. It's not true. There are a lot of them that are very good, but the primary ones, when you just look at the big stars that are supposed to be big, Roman Reigns, you look at Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, these guys can put on quality matches. Same goes with Brock Lesnar. Same goes with just these high-tier guys. Kevin Owens as well. High-tier guys. But the benefit about this, too, is that you always looked at these guys, you looked at the Diva Division, you always look at yourself and you're like, you know what, those women are never going to stack up to what these guys can do. That's the reason why they don't main event. But you look at NXT, Bayley, Sasha, these two can stack up, if not better, to the male matches that they can main event. These two are capable of one day main eventing Raw, if possible. That could happen. I would love for that to happen because they're able to put on great matches. Same concept goes for Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Paige. These girls too can main event the show, but based on reports, stories, stuff like that, they're always been told to die it down. Why? Because they just don't want to outshow the males. But that's not a problem. You should be able to outshow the males. In the Attitude Era, the whole idea, the whole concept was, here's what I've done. This is my match. This is my segment. You go to the next guy that's coming on after you. You go to him and be like, yeah, try to top that. That is exactly what competition is. You want competition within your company. You want the guys to be able to go out there, outperform one another. You want the girls to go out there, outperform the guys. That is exactly what you're looking for. That is what creates good television, which is exactly what is missing from today's television. And what happens? Look at the past two Raws. Last episode, this Monday's Raw that just passed, has been the lowest ratings since 1990. And first and foremost, there's not that many TVs back in there was a lot of TVs back in 1990, but not as many as there is today. And that is a very bad sign. It is unknown of what Vince McMahon's actions are going to be after this. But Vince, you got to really look at the talent you have. What killed me when I watched Raw specifically, you have 56 or 58 usable main roster talents. You're showing what? 12? 15? Maybe 20 at the max? There are so many ways you can use existing talents to be able to utilize them in specific matches with specific feuds if your writers only knew how to actually write specific feuds. Because what I've seen is that they focus big on one or two, and all of a sudden they die down on the rest of them and just do lazy booking. And that's exactly what happens with storylines and gimmicks and feuds. You kill it. When you start doing that, when you start actually limiting the storylines, when you start limiting the feuds, when you start limiting character accessibility, where they go out there to be able to perform, to be able to enunciate themselves, to be able to showcase what they're capable of doing on that mic, you limit that. And what happens? You lose it. Let me give you an example. EC3 is a perfect example. WWE had an opportunity with that man. I don't watch a lot of TNA. As a matter of fact, I don't watch TNA. But EC3 is a perfect example of what WWE had but didn't utilize properly and lost, and somebody else is utilizing him. A lot of people are saying EC3 is a top heel for TNA, one of the better heels that TNA has ever developed. That's understood. Look at him. He has that charisma, he has that I'm a better than you type of attitude, and he's able to portray it very well because he himself believes it. When you have a character believing in his gimmick, when you have a character believing in where he actually stands on that main roster, on that promotion, you have a great show. You have somebody there who's able to put on a great show, to have the people in the back try to outperform him every night. Why? Because they want to be that top guy. They want to take that spotlight. They want to be that one person. But that's where the WWE lacks in that. I find the focusing on one story, maybe two stories, you over-focus on those, and then you under-focus on everything else. It's about time you start getting actual writers that are capable of coming in and actually doing not only one, not only two, not only three, but multiple stories. It baffles me. Have two writers develop 4 stories between the two of them. Have 4 writers, you get 8 stories now. Those 8 stories can utilize many other wrestlers within your actual promotion. Hell, you want to add more? Add 2 more writers to do fucking 12 stories. Why? You can split it between Raw and SmackDown. There's never anything wrong about actually having a dual or a separate storyline from Raw and SmackDown. You want SmackDown to get good ratings? Fucking have an actual proprietary storyline for SmackDown. You want SmackDown to be able to actually be a top tier of Raw is, which it hasn't been in years. Have different stories, utilize different talents. Listen, that brand split that WWE had, I was a fan of that. Why? Because I had a reason to watch Raw. I had a reason to watch SmackDown. When you start amalgamating these guys over and over again, and you develop into the Super Show, which is, once again, exactly what it is today, just a standard main roster where you're just utilizing the same talents over and over again on 2 shows. Where is my draw to watch SmackDown when I see the exact same guys in the exact same matches on Raw? Or what is my draw to watch Raw when you have the exact same guys and the exact same matches on SmackDown? It's confusing. And it kills me because there's no reason for it. You have writers, you ask for writers with years of experience behind their back. And yet, these writers can't give you anything to really make us, the audience, really care for the matches. Let me tell you something. Wrestling is not just wrestling in general. Yes, it is wrestling. You have to know how to wrestle. You have to know the psychological impact you can do in a ring to be able to get the audience behind you. You have to be able to actually tell a story while competing. But with wrestling comes acting, because you have to talk, you have to portray, you have to go on the mic, you have to do promos. I have always been one guy to know or to understand that if you want a superstar to truly come out, to truly identify themselves, you give him point forms. This is what I want you to cover. This is what I think you should go through. You address the guy here. You address the guy, you hype the match, you end the segment. You do not give them word for word paragraphs and sentence to say, okay, memorize all these and say all these, because then you're not actually utilizing that true talent. You're just utilizing your words, assuming this talent would say that. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. You have forceful promos who are trying to actually say your words, the writer's words, the creative words, and trying to display them as their own, and it never works. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You give them point form, let them go out there and make their promos. Let them go out there and make themselves. Why? Because when you have that, you have other talents being like, that was good. I got to step my game up. I got to go out there and I'm going to be like, okay, no, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. These are my point forms. I got to cover this, and this. I will go out there and I will dominate on that mic. And I guarantee you, if you do that, Vince, listen to me. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, I will do the same voice as you. Actually, that's not his voice. That's kind of like an evil demon voice, and not Kane. Please don't fucking say Kane. If you want the best out of your talents. Allow them to be talented. Allow them to go out there and show you why they are meant for this business. That is exactly why Kevin Owens goes out there. He doesn't follow script by script. John Cena goes out there, doesn't follow script by script. These guys have been able to develop on the road. You had guys back in the olden days, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Triple H. These guys didn't follow word for fucking word. They went out there. They displayed what they were able to do on that mic. And what did we do? We fucking cheered for them and wanted more. What is the problem with that? There is no problem with that. The problem that lies is just the way that fucking creative thinks how they should be creative. And it's the worst possible way. Because you get the exact same thing happen week by week. And that's dropping the ratings over and over again. Now, the one thing that saved Raw a couple of nights ago, and it's my top spot of the week, was the Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns match. Found it kind of odd how all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is going to be the feud ender. This is going to end them. And this is it. This is it, one-on-one. That's good. That's it. That's all they're going to do. They're never going to touch each other again. They're going to look at each other and be like, hey, boo. And then be like, hey, honey. And then that's it. No, that didn't happen, obviously. It found it kind of weird that they were like, oh, this is the end of feuds. I'm like, it's kind of an odd feud ender, but if this is what they want to do, okay. The match itself ended in a double count-out. It was a pretty good, decent match. The benefit of it was the brawl, to be honest with you. It was one of those things where you just saw the brawl in the audience. You saw the passion and hatred that these two guys had for each other, and it worked. It was one of those things where you saw them in action, you're like, oh man, you could tell these guys just hate each other. And you have Bray Wyatt spearing Roman Reigns to the barricade into the timekeeper's area. Then you have Bray, you have him on the announce table taunting to the crowd, and Roman Reigns just jumps over a barricade, spears the guy through the table, and that's how Raw ends. It's a good ending. It wasn't a bad ending. But the problem is that you nullified so much of the show where we couldn't give a shit anymore that a lot of people just decided to tune out. Why you had a WWE Championship segment in the middle of the show, no clue. The Kane return, you had that in the middle of the show, kind of an odd one. Okay. Then you had Heyman and Big Show. Okay, they did their own thing. Didn't really get anything out of that. And then before that, you just had a bunch of filler that literally couldn't care for anything else. I've never heard the quietest ovation when Wade Barrett returned. Everyone was like, yay, this man is back. Now, one thing I did find out, one of the reasons why there was a lack of reaction on Raw was because they weren't showing the matches on the Titantron. They had a big Raw logo on the Titantron. So a lot of people couldn't see anything, which is kind of odd, and I find that kind of annoying. I've been to a WWE show. It was a live show. It's not as big as Raw or SmackDown, but I can understand that all of a sudden I can't see the match, and I have to stand up when I'm on the nosebleeds to see what the hell is happening. How in any way is that beneficial for me? That is not beneficial for me at all. I have to now stand and squint and find out who is grabbing who, and I have no idea who's running out. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You will know who's running out because they always fucking decide to play their fucking music. Oh, wait, we're going to do a surprise run out. Ray prepares music. How the fuck is that a surprise? How is that a surprise? It's like, oh my god, who's going to come out? We don't know who's going to come out. And then Sheamus' music comes on. Oh, look, it's Sheamus coming out. That wasn't a fucking surprise at all. Mood killer. I swear to God, sometimes I don't get it. You have Triple H, who was in the Attitude Era. He was a guy that he was involved when it was just when it was just the storylines where it's like you have to outdo the other. What is happening? Now, to be fair, one of the reasons why NXT is doing very well is because of Triple H's hands. I know Vince McMahon still has a lot of say when it comes to micromanaging, because that is what he is. He's a micromanaging McMahon, and that's the problem. That is a problem. You don't micromanage shit. Dude, if a W creative guy says one thing, he comes in and changes it. Now, once again, I'm not defending creative at all. I think creative alone sucks. Creative alone in WWE sucks ball sacks. Like, fuck, they should poo on each other. That's it. Like, eat, sleep, right for WWE, poo on yourself. It's not even a repeat. Just poo on yourself and just leave, okay? There's no repeat, just leave. I just don't like the way that's going. But anyways, let's go back to the pop of the week, which was the Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns match. Now, like I said, it wasn't bad. But then you just don't know where this is going to go. Now on SmackDown, you're going to have Bray Wyatt address the Roman Reigns issue. So obviously these guys are not done. They're going to be continuing for a very long time. And yes, like I said, I am watching SmackDown right now because I'm in Canada. I'm in the future. And oh wow. I just watched Kalisto just grab a good nuts, like just a good crotch grab on Connor. Wow, Kalisto, you really wanted to grab that man. How big are you, boy? Ooh, yeah. Oh god, that's bad. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But once again, and this is a perfect example, on SmackDown, I'm watching Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus Stardust and the Ascension, which we've seen plenty of other times. Which what is this? What, Stardust is now upset? Is he gonna just lose his mind and attack Ascension, and now the Ascension are gonna go nowhere as they have been already? A tag team who were NXT Tag Team Champions, one of the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions, and they come to WWE main roster and they're pretty much said, you know what, you guys look as if you belong in the trash, we're going to put you in the trash. And that's pretty much how it went. These guys were just going downhill since then. Where are they going to go? They got nowhere to go. Once again, WWE Creative at its best. We're going to do another, well, I'm not going to say WWE Creative, but one superstar highlight that I want to say is, or focus on, is Kane. Now, I remember Kane when he first came to WWE as, obviously, the Demon Kane, you know, the brother of Undertaker, and who's involved in the house fire that killed the family and stuff like that. I remember him coming in. I remember him not able to talk. He always had the voice box, you know, he's just, soccer, you know, stuff like that. It was an interesting concept. It was an interesting idea. The guy was fucking huge. It was an interesting idea. Time passed. Lost the mask. I thought he shouldn't have. I thought that he should have always kept that mask. And he's been able to develop in his charisma, which is awesome. Kane is a charismatic son of a bitch. I love this new angle he has. But it also reminds me of Abyss and whatever the hell the other guy's name is. I don't watch TNA, so I don't fucking know. I don't care. If you guys do want to know about it, you can actually find Chris Phoenix. He's on the Wrestle Addicts, which is part of the LLW family, and you guys can check out the Wrestle Addict podcast. They talk about this kind of angle with Kane and Demon Kane and how they kind of represent it with TNA, but it's very, was it Christopher Parks? Is that what the hell that guy's name was? I don't remember, whatever it was on TNA, but it was different. Apparently it is different. I don't know how. I listened, but I completely just didn't listen because it was TNA talk, and I'm like, who the fuck are you, Chris? No, but you guys should check them out. Wrestle Addict.com. These guys, if you guys check them out on Twitter too, at WrestleAddict1, and you guys can check them out on YouTube, Wrestle Addict. Great guys, funny as hell podcast. They actually have a new format now, which is one of the reasons why I'm like, you know what, I need to get a format, because I need to start actually kind of doing something for myself where I'm following a certain type of a format here, so not just going in randomly and being like, ha, cocks suck, fuck you. Not really the best method. But you also can check out the rest of the Levels of Wrestling family, which is Levels of Wrestling themselves, which they can check their show, Breakdown, Showdown, and Lowdown. You can also check out the Rambling About Wrestling guys. They're fucking hilarious. Make sure to check them out. We also have the Just Saying Girls, which hopefully should be coming back soon. Andrea just got out of the hospital. She's finally home following a bad car accident. So make sure to send something out to her way at Just Saying S&J. Oh my god. There's so many of these things. There's so many. You have to plug everything. And it's literally gets to a point where you're like, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. What's my name? What's my name? What's my name? La 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 la. It's these white walls in this hotel. I swear to God. Something's happening to me. Every single time I'm in here, it drives me insane, okay? That's just how it is. It drives me the fuck insane. And it gets to a point where I can't do it anymore. I can't do it, Captain. I can't reach the control panel. No, you can check them out at JustSaying_ANS. Make sure to check them out there. And if you wanted to check out all of us, just go to levelsofwrestling.podbean.com. You can find all of our podcasts on there. As I choke a little bit. in excitement. You can also find out, or you can also find Paul's Nitrocast. If you're a WCW fan, make sure to check that out. He did finally come back with it. It was original show that he had. Stopped for a bit, but he's finally back with it. So make sure to check that out as well. And yeah, there is just so many guys that are in our Levels of Wrestling family. And frankly, I'm more than happy to represent it myself because I can, and I will, because I'm Kate Carnage, motherfuckers, and I am from MindofCarnage.com. As a matter of fact, I am the developer, the mind, the creator, the identifier of MindofCarnage.com. Make sure to also check us out on tpublic.com if you guys want to check out merchandise, want to support the Levels of Wrestling family. Anything that you support from Mind of Carnage goes directly to the actual website because I'm trying to make it bigger, better, more interactive for you guys. It's second time, I know, but I am trying to do that because, frankly, I want it to be kind of a social place for you guys as well to talk about wrestling and to know that everyone's opinions matter. It's not just my own. I say my opinions on my podcast, but you know what? Not everyone follows my opinions. Not everyone thinks the same way, and I appreciate that. That's exactly what this wrestling world needs. It needs people like you to be able to think differently. You have to be able to think differently of what storylines are showing you, what characters are showing you. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you feel that the storylines are going a certain way? Are they not going a certain way? So it's always best to actually come out there and say it. Express what you want to say. So, tpublic.com. There's so many plugging, I'm fucking even confused right now. Yes, like I said, tpublic.com /user /Cade Carnage for the Mind of Carnage gear. You can also check out / The Wrestle Addicts for their gear and / Levels of Wrestling for their gear. We're all on YouTube as well, Levels of Wrestling, Wrestle Addict, and then you can find myself Mind of, which is one word, and Carnage, which is the second word, because frankly, Google Plus is like, no, we can't give you that as one word. It has to be fucking separate, you fucking dickbag. So that's what Google Plus did to me. So yeah, go fuck yourself, Google Plus. But yeah, coming back to the whole Kane thing, you know, I was always a big fan of Kane. So now when he came back finally as this split persona, if you want to say, it's awesome because you really emphasize on the charismatic abilities of Kane, where he can be two characters, different characters, Demon Kane, and then you can have Mr. I'm a hard worker, I'm a nice guy Kane, that I'm going to give you flowers, but then again I'm going to look down at you as if I'm going to burn those flowers while in your hand, burning you alive and eating your ashes. That's how Kane is, and I like it. I like that Kane. But what I love the most, specifically on last Raw, was when obviously Seth Rollins attacked Kane, focused on the repaired broken ankle. Hint, or hint. No, fucking quotes, not hint. What am I hinting at? There's nothing I'm hinting at. I'm fucking looking at myself in a mirror and I'm hinting. What the fuck does that mean? And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am looking at myself in a mirror because there's a fucking mirror in front of me when I have at this damn table. Because hotels just have to have fucking mirrors all over the fucking place. But that's fine because frankly, I like looking at myself. I'm so beautiful. So beautiful. It's a 5-star face. 5-star face. 5-star face. 5-star face. And you gotta do the 5 and kind of just, you know, put your hand over your face and just go around holding up the 5-star face. Fuck's sakes. But yeah, so with the Kane thing, it's a great angle. I love it. To be honest with you, I actually really do enjoy the character shift Kane. But what I loved about it is that he was taken away in an ambulance, and all of a sudden the ambulance stopped, and the light in the back just goes all red. And then out comes Demon Kane surrounded by smoke. And first and foremost, you're like, how the fuck did he get changed, masked, and makeup on his eyes so fucking quickly? That's amazing. Unless that was actually pre-recorded, and and then that's obviously the reasoning why. But what I love the most about it is that when he came out of the ambulance, he was limping. So obviously, because of the attack by Rollins, he was limping. He's like, oh, what does he fucking do? He stomps his foot and he's fine. Who knew? That's all you had to do. You have a. If your ankle is in pain, don't take pills. Just stomp your foot aggressively on the ground. It'll go away. If your ankle gets broken, that's your own fucking problem. You're not a fucking demon. So that's how it is. I just found it hilarious. Now, the week prior to that, listen, I understand Kane, Demon Kane and everything. He comes from under the ring to grab you and bring you down to hell. It's symbolic. I understand that, okay? I have always looked at it a little bit differently. You see, I'm a very sick, twisted man, Okay? I have a very dirty mind. I won't say I'm sick and twisted. I just have a very dirty mind. So when I see that, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, he's taking him to hell. No, in my head, it's like Kane is taking Seth Rollins into his rape hole. Like, come into my rape dungeon. Like, this is where I will rape you. And then, you have all these fire extinguishers going off because the rape is just that hot. It's just so powerfully hot that both of their bodies are emanating fucking smoke and steam because it's just so hot. Oh, it's Kane's rape hole. It's the demon's hideaway, and the demon's hideaway has a nice, pleasant demon cock for you. Oh, I swear it's the white walls. It's the white walls that does it for me. It makes me insane. It's adding to the insanity that's already there. But that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It's there. It's always going to be there. And frankly, it's never going to go away. Never. No. Man, if I actually had video you could just see on my face how crazy I get. Just on my face, just being like, oh my God. People would be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Somebody give this guy a fucking straitjacket. And I'd be like, yeah, please. It'll be interesting. I would like a straitjacket. I never wore a straitjacket though. I have to see what that is. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown's on. And Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns are face to face in the ring. Oh, Roman Reigns takes the mic away from Bray Wyatt. I can't hear anything because of my headset. It covers my ears. It's like soundproof, so I can't hear shit. All I can see is Bray has a very angry face on. He's very angry. He's tensing. He tells Luke Harper, Braun Strowman to stay back while Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns stare off at each other, stare off deeply into each other's eyes while darkness surrounds them, spotlight glares on them. And now, they're breathing heavily. They're preparing to jump, to lunge, to make each other fight, bleed, sweat, in anger. Luke Harper is in the background staring awkwardly at the situation, and Braun Strowman is in the other corner, wearing the black sheep mask, as if thinking to himself, I don't want to see anything. And now Roman Reigns grabs the mic. And then he says something about Hell in a Cell. Obviously, they're going to have a match. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear it here for the first time. Hell in a Cell. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns. Oh, shit. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I should have said spoiler alert. Whatever. You assume that they're going to fight a Hell in a Cell in a Hell in a Cell. Like, why the hell wouldn't they not? These guys are always going to be feuding. Their feud is far from over, as Roman has claimed to say during an interview. So I'm not surprised that they'd be fighting a Hell in a Cell, and I guarantee Luke Harper and Braun Strowman would somehow get involved, and we never know. Maybe we'll see the notorious Dean Ambrose turn, as everyone has been fucking saying. And there goes another example. Dean Ambrose, when he had the spotlight on him, developed what I consider one of the more along the lines of the best promos I have seen from a wrestler today. He's one of those guys that literally put not only the aggression but the attitude back in the promos, where when he talked, he made it sound as if he literally and pretty much wanted to hurt you and demise you in many factors. Now, what's he doing? Hardly being used. He's with Roman Reigns. Does a couple things here and there. Does a couple backstage segments. And then blah. There's nothing else. Blah is what I call it. Because it gets to a point now where it's like the true talents you have, you don't want to focus on. You rather focus on fucking Eva Marie, and I'm not going to get into that. That boils my blood. That boils the all red, as she fucking likes to put it, the all red, that fucking boils my red. That boils my blood. Because literally it's like, no, we're not going to play a little red mistress that's going to fucking start winning championships when she can't even fucking kick out of a 2 count. Oh God, it's boiling. But nonetheless, so these guys are going to fight a Hell in a Cell, obviously, within the Hell in a Cell gimmick. That's one thing I always got to say, too, is with the Hell in a Cell. When you have a gimmick pay-per-view, utilize the fucking gimmick pay-per-view. Utilize every single match in the Hell in a Cell. What is the point, as I choke again, what is the point of lifting that cell up, keeping it up during the whole pay-per-view, when it's Hell in a Cell? Fucking lower the bullshit, keep it down there for the whole pay-per-view, and have every fucking match in a Hell in a Cell match. What is so hard to understand about that? What, are you scared to put people in a Hell in a Cell match? Oh, it's going to be that dangerous? People are going to get hurt every single where? Listen, if you do it properly, if guys are careful in that ring, they do it properly, they're able to deliver those moves and land those moves properly, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. Like, fuck, just utilize the fucking gimmick. I'm not going to get into that. I have passionate thoughts when it comes to that. I'm not going to get into that. I just don't want to. There's another segment I want to do. That I want to do is how would I book it? Now, how would I book Kevin Owens' Intercontinental Championship reign? Pretty much, Daniel Bryan came out and said a long time ago that he wanted to be the Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. He wanted that title to be one of the main titles on SmackDown. The man's a genius. That's exactly what SmackDown needs. They have to have a proprietary title. You have two mid-card titles, the US and the IC Championship. Why not utilize the IC Championship on SmackDown? Give that more ratings. Utilize the US Championship on Raw. And have an open challenge for both every week. Listen, I understand a lot of times you see John Cena and people are like, oh, John Cena can't wrestle. Since he's been in the US Open Challenge and he's been challenging all these guys, yes, he's won because it's Cena. Fuck you, he wins. You can't even beat the guy if you shoot him in the fucking face. But it doesn't matter. Cena always comes out on top. But you gotta look at it this way too. Cena's had the best matches during that United States Open Challenge. Why can't Kevin Owens? Why can't Kevin Owens go on SmackDown and start doing that with the IC title? It'll get to a point where not only the IC title but the US Championship will be over the WWE title. You don't defend the WWE title that often. It's considered a special title. Save it for the big pay-per-view. Save it for the big shows because it makes it feel that much more special. But it doesn't mean to say that we can't utilize the United States Championship, utilize the Intercontinental Championship for its separate individual shows. Give those shows different type of promotions. Give those shows different type of viewership. Give them actual ratings. Because, once again, you put these same guys in the same match and the same show over and over again. Okay, it's not going to do anything. You're not bringing in new viewership. You're just stalemating in viewership or losing them because there's nothing there to really pinpoint or build a story that we find so enthralling that we want to watch. That never happens. So for me, I would book Kevin Owens on SmackDown in a continuous Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. Why not? People can say, oh, it's a duplicated story. So what? It's an IC title. It's a US title. Make that the gimmick. You get these mid-card titles, you're expected to defend them every week. I would like that, to be honest with you. And look at the progress Cena has made by doing that. He's defended it every single week. He is a fighting legitimate champion. He is a guy that goes out there, defends that title and wins it, and actually identifies himself as a crazy, it's fucking John Cena. John Cena, he's just one of those guys that you're like, this guy will always win. The guy just fucking will always win. But once again, with Kevin Owens, he's as the IC champion, and the last guy to beat John Cena clean, yes, clean, why not have both John Cena and Kevin Owens do the US Open Challenge? Owens copied him before. Why can't we copy him again? It's doable. It's doable, just like me. It's doable. Oh, but yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, really, there's so many options for WWE to do, and somehow they pick the worst options. Like, it's like this. It's like a pinhole. It's like literally throwing an actual thumbtack, and you have to get it through a pinhole. That pinhole is the bad idea. So you can get it in there, and you get the bad idea. But then everywhere else that you can attach this thumbtack to is a good idea. And this one guy will always just throw it in the fucking hole. Will miss every single good idea and just keep fucking throwing it in that goddamn bad fucking idea hole. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Stop throwing it in the black hole of death and bad stories and just fucking throw it against the goddamn... Oh, I'm gonna cry in a corner again. Oh, and the problem is that I am a WWE fan. I'll watch, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna enjoy it. You're gonna hear my anger, my aggression towards this, because frankly, I don't want to watch crap shit. But when I do, I get angry about it, and I will. Oh, you'll hear my fucking voice. Oh, you'll hear my fucking voice. Just as you always hear New Day's voice, which, by the way, I'm going to say right now, dude, New Day is the best thing going for WWE right now. If they fuck it up with New Day, I swear to fucking God, they will lose my viewership for a little bit. But then again, they won't, because I have MindofCarnage.com, and I always got to watch, because I put myself into this. I buried the hole, and I've told myself, go in that hole. It doesn't matter how bad it gets now. You're in that hole, so you're fucked up now. So just throw me down the hole, because that's exactly where I put myself. But you know what, guys? I think I am gonna leave it there. I've actually pretty much gone an hour, and that's pretty cool. I'm enjoying that, and frankly, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, I'm back with the podcast. Hopefully, I can start doing this more weekly. Hopefully I don't have problems next week where I can't. I have my sister-in-law in town next week, so I don't even know if I can do a podcast. If I only had a hammer, I'd bash my head in right now. No, I'm just kidding. I love my sister-in-law, and I know she's coming into town for a job thing, so I'm happy for her. But, anyways, like I said, this was MOC Podcast, episode number 29. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen. Remember to check me out at www.mindofcarnage.com. Check me out on Facebook, Mind of Carnage. Also on Twitter, at Mind of Carnage. You can also check out the Levels of Wrestling family at Leveler Low on Twitter. You can also check out Wrestle Addict 1 on Twitter. You can also check out Just Saying _ANS on Twitter. You have the Ringside Ramblin'. Or rambling about wrestling. Yeah, guys, see, this is why. There's too many. Oh my god. You know, I could have been better prepared too. I wasn't. That's my bad, actually. Let me try that again. The rambling about wrestling, guys. You can also check it out on Twitter. And yeah, you know what? I've grown an appreciation for you Wargods, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I call you guys Wargods, because you're not normal followers. I don't consider you guys followers. I hate the word followers, because I don't want you to be a follower. I want you to be somebody different. And if you're a fan of my work, fan of my show, great. If you guys have recommendations for me, please let me know. If you feel that I'm too fast, I'm too crazy, I'm too odd, please let me know. Because I am interested to know what you guys think of the show. If you guys feel that I can develop it better, if I can improve it, I'd love to hear from you guys. So please send any recommendations you have to at Mind of Carnage. And yeah, and I don't know, guys. I think I'm done for the night. I gotta drink my water, look at my walls, and eat, sleep, poo, repeat. 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 Oh, I got it on my foot.
Thanks for listening to Mind of Carnage. For more, log on to mindofcarnage.com. Also be sure to follow him on Facebook at facebook.com/mindofcarnage and Twitter at mindofcarnage, and be a part of the MOC Legion.